toothpicks. I'm making little houses for my Fort Kamloops, hey, but Toby, he walks through the plants with his leash on, hey, and he walks around the plant, and then he walks away and just kind of sort of strips all the leaves off the friggin' plants, hey. Stupid cat. Anyways, let me grab this one. Oh, excuse me. Coffee burps. Oh, flavored with rum. Anyways, I am building that little fort. What? Bigger though. I'm making it in 172 scale. That's Fort Kamloops. I'm working on this fort. This one. Oh, there's my first building so far. Hand hewn. I don't know about the shingles on the side. I mean, that was the standard thing that they would do back then. I haven't seen a picture of this building other than this one. And it doesn't, you know, this was sort of drawn from memory many years ago. Quit flipping around here. This was the fort up at Fort St. James. I think Fort St. James. Yeah, Fort St. James. Built by sort of the same guy. And it had a roof like this on it, which I think I might do for the second story building. Oh, excuse me. It doesn't show it here though, which I said was done by memory. Now it could be that this guy was just not a very good artist, maybe, I don't know, because he put a tree in here. And according to the articles and stuff, this was pretty much scorched earth policy around the forts. So there was nothing for them to hide behind. Like once the fields were done. This is the wrong scale, by the way. I just had this out. I was talking to a friend about it. Same with the teepee. It's the wrong scale. It's actually this scale. They were big. I didn't realize they were that big. Anyways, that's a big teepee then. So, this, what was I going to do? Yeah, it was, sorry, off on tangent. The style of building on this, that's a full-length toothpick there, or matchstick. These ones have been cut down, which I did individually, which took a long time to do individually. I used this, which chops pretty dang good, you know, screw in a template, and then you just pull your toothpicks here, chop, 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 chop. But yeah, that took a long time. So now I'm going to glue them down on this. Well, I glued the other ones down on paper too, black paper, but that way if there's a gap, you know. So what do you see? So yeah, like I said, I am gluing them down on paper, but this time I'm just going to glue down full ones. I'm going to do that two-story building type 2, maybe. Figuring out how to do it. I have some balsa strips that are the same size as these matchsticks, which work pretty good for hand-hewn timbers. So either way, I'm going to need one of those in between there. So that's what I'm going to do. Where's my glue? So, I mean, hey, pretty much glue it down, eh? You don't really need instructions. Smear glue, apply. You want your first, layer like this, edge nice and straight. So I mean, I used a big stick, which was nice and straight to make my nice straight edge. I held it up against it, glued up against it. Stick. Ooh, got glue. Be careful, try not to get glue on top, and wait until it's, kind of dry and sand it off. Either way, don't get glue on top. Really screws up your stains later. Look straight. Stick, 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 stick. So, for a bag of $750 for $1, boy, you can make a lot of buildings. Especially in the 172 scale. Holy smokes. Oh, I suppose make sure I got these lined up. So when you're putting these down, make sure that the sticks are parallel, that it's a continuous line across. Whoops, don't use warped ones. Get a lot of defects in a big bag of matchsticks. That one's too short. Dang it. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to cut that. You're mad. You're mad. Okay, so I got a bunch of glue down. I did, quit flipping it back and forth here to go this way, just in case you're wondering. Okay, like here's the chief trader's house, and it's 25 feet by 25. No, 20 feet by 20 feet. So that's about the footprint for it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wall up about there. And I can use this beam for the side for the windows, and I'll add beams for the corners. Use this piece for the door. Should work out. I made another little one here just because I've got paper road. So now I just got to wait for these to dry before I can cut them. And I will probably use my bandsaw. Maybe. I'll try one with a bandsaw, or I'll probably end up using that handsaw there. That's a pull saw. They're about $20. Where'd I get that one at? Rona. It's kind of nice because it's got exchangeable blades, hey? Either that or a knife, knife and a ruler, and just take several swipes, lots of swipes, a little bit at a time. Anyways, have to wait for it to dry first. Because I think that'll be easier than cutting them out individually like I did on the other building. Because those ones I had to cut individually. And for the windows I can just, break it off there. I'll show you. It'll be easy. I don't know if that's right for the door. I think it is. Good enough anyways. Good enough. Nobody will know. Anyways, I got a buddy right now going through a whole bunch of freaking grief. Kind of stressed out about him. But he's a big boy. Sucks. It sucks when you see your friends go through stuff, that it's not really a problem. Well, it is a problem for, it would be a problem for you. I mean, like, some things are just, friggin' hard, right? It's like work, they don't call it fun, they call it work, right? So, it's hard for everybody, but when you got somebody who's making it harder than it needs to be, kind of sucks. But Ah, man. You know, yeah. His lifestyle has backed him into a corner where he is now sort of forced to sort of deal with it by himself, which, I mean, geez, don't we all do that in a certain extent? But now he's got to deal with it, hey, and it's, you know, he's been playing with, you know, the big boys, right? So, big boy problems, you know, which requires, you know, stepping up to the plate, in a sense, you know, towing the line, or not towing the line, but, you know, it's like dealing with the big bully at school, you know. You gotta take the fucking deep breath and go to battle, eh? So, anyways, now he's in that friggin' position where, shit. Okay, so I found these plans here of what I think is the chief trader's house. They're not really plans, they're kind of a sketch, but it seems like a heck of a lot of windows to me. It's not a very good sketch, but then of course it's from, you know, 100 and odd some years ago. So this was the one I had built, so I'm gonna use the same size because that's 20 feet by 20 feet, and I'm going to make smaller panels, so I'm just kind of cutting the windows out. So what I did was I made, you know, stacked up a bunch of toothpicks, right, glued them onto that black paper, and then I actually whittled this down so it was whittled this down so it was the right, and I put that over top of there like that, and I cut out my window, which I measured using this, so at least it'll all be consistent. I'm going to make all my windows that big, then I'll put a little stick on each side, you know, like that, eh? And then glue them in a panel like this, and that'll give me those 3 windows, these panels here, and then I'll just make this piece on top, basically just sort of, I'll have to totally make it, you know, you end up with extra pieces that you've cut out, so I could use these, you know, against maybe, don't know, anyways, probably end up having to just kind of make a new one, and then I'll just use this building on a different fort. So I don't know. And then I found this picture here, which is, you know, says Fort Kamloops, former Fort Kamloops. Hey, these 2 guys built it and donated it. Sort of a reproduction of one of the early buildings. So that's what this one is. Really close. Roughly the same size. I did 6 panel windows in there, but I kind of didn't get them quite right, so I'll try it on the next one. And those I just made, you know, panels like this, hey, and then just cut them out. That's just the paint on there is just a wash, hey, for my dirty paint container. So, anyways, that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm cutting out those little windows. Waving my camera around way too fast for Phil. That's okay. He says, never mind. I gotta help my son fix his sway bar on his truck today after work when he gets home. I really don't want to do that, but that's okay. Usually by supper time I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm pretty much done now. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm done. Ready for rum. Yeah, I wish. Freaking Anyways, so I have cut all these panels out the same size. I'm going to make the windows 4 bricks or 4 logs wide. So I'm just kind of bend it like that, eh? And then if I put it over top of something, these, and it gives me something solid to cut on. So, I know, yeah, you can't quite see, can you? Let's try this, see if we don't dump the coffee and camera into the coffee. So, basically, I need this to sit on something. And get it exactly in the middle. Close enough. Try not to cut into these bottom two there, because you'll leave a groove and it'll really piss you off and you'll have to replace your toothpick. There. 2 windows. Okay, we need another window in the middle. It seems like a hell of a lot of windows for a friggin' house back then, but I don't know. Seems like a lot of windows. It's like, you know, 6 windows on 2 sides. I'm assuming the other 2 sides of the house don't have windows, because that's way too many windows. Like I say, I might have to change this from Fort Kamloops to Fort Kamloopian and just kind of make it how we want to make it. Okay, let's do this again. Getting it exactly in the middle. Exactly. Hey guys, just want to show you why I haven't been doing too much work out here. I don't know if you can see the little red line or not. Anyways, well over 100 in my shop here. Okay, it's finally cooled off a little bit out here. Can't quite see, but it's down to 65, 70, 67, oh, no, yeah, 70 degrees. Much better, much better. Cat's outside, he's sleeping underneath the grape, so let's do a recap. Anyways, I'll try not to too much, okay? Good luck on that. Anyways, I'll try not to do that too much either. Or that. Okay. Or that. And I'll try to keep the A's down to a minimum and ums to a nil. Ums, you know, anyways. And anyways, I'll try to quit doing that.